Sivaya Nama Tiruchitrambalam. Welcome back to our discussion on Thiruppaatu. Historical sequence 6th Padikam, pun sequence is 73rd Thirupathikam, and we are continuing our discussion with the 5th verse. The verse goes this way: neethiyil ondrum vazhuven, nirkkandakam seythu vaazhven, vethiyar thammai vekulen, vekundavarkum thunaiyaaken, sothiyil sothi emmaanai, sunnaven neeru aninthitta, aathi iruppathum aaroor, avar emmaiyum aalvaro keleer. This particular verse is a very powerful verse because, as we said, the earlier two verses you have to look at the meaning in a different manner, as in we need to take the words from a different place and place it in another area to understand the meaning in a proper way. But this particular verse is a direct meaning for us. He says, whatever Lord Shiva is teaching me, the do's and don'ts, basically what is that we have to do and what is that we shouldn't be doing, right? So he says, whatever Lord Shiva says that I can do, I'll be following that, and whatever he teaches me as I should not be doing, what for heaven's sake I'm not going to do that. That's a first statement. He says, whatever he's teaching me and he's guiding me is the right way of approach, I will follow that. If he says that I'm not supposed to do something, I'm going to be away, just stay away from that. And he says, I'm not going to have any kind of hatred towards anyone. In this particular Padikam, specifically he talks about the Vedic rites, because I'm sure during those days we would have had a lot of hatred towards one particular community. Not sure about that because we don't know what kind of situation it was. So he's specifically talking about the Vedic community, but what we have to understand or perceive from here is any kind of hatred, not necessarily based on one particular division or caste or language or belief, whatever. As long as we have a hatred towards something, we are not going to get closer to Lord Shiva, because everything was created by Lord Shiva. Then how is he going to, when we hate our own brothers and own sisters, how is he going to be happy? Obviously no. So we should get away, we should totally get rid of this hatred. Any kind of means, any kind of ways, we need to get away from that, and we need to always just focus on Lord Shiva alone. Love is Lord Shiva, so we need to only focus on that, leaving all the hatred feeling towards whatever it is. We are not supposed to have that. That's a fundamental element we need to know. And then he says, Annamalayar, we do see a reference to Annamalayar. He says, the moment you talk about light or fire, you see the energy within the fire, the energy within the light, the energy, the source of energy is Lord Shiva. And you know what? He is the one wearing the holy ashes, and he is the starting point of everything. Now this is a bit interesting statement for us. When we say he's wearing all the holy ashes in his body, the first question we need to have is, why so? There's a particular story they usually say, rather this is a Purana. They say, after the entire world has been destroyed, Lord Shiva destroyed everything. The entire universe has become ash. Now the ashes are in front of Lord Shiva, and they say, I need a support. I need to go, and because I cannot, it's like I need to stay somewhere. If you look at ash, it usually stays in water or it usually stays on the earth. Now earth and water has also been destroyed. So the ashes is going to Lord Shiva and asking, so I need a support. Where am I going to be supported? Who's going to support me? And Lord Shiva just opens his arm and says, I'm your support, just come on me. And that is how he ended up wearing all the holy ashes on his body. So which is to say, he is the destructor of the entire universe, and everything is going back to him. And then they also say he's the aathi. Aathi means he's the starting point. Only when something is destructed, it can be started all over again. So he's going to be the point where the entire universe is going to be created. So he is the one who's capable of destruction, he's the one who's capable of creation as well. So obviously we know sustenance is also going to be with him. And he says, Nambi Aaroor says, this kind of a person who's the starting point and who's the end point, the destiny as well as the destination as well as the starting point, he is in this place called as Thiruvaroor. And friends, can you check with him and see if he will also be able to take me as one of his as a disciple. Beautiful verse, straightforward verse, which is coming in as an upadesh for us to say, please get rid of any kind of hatred. Let's pray to Lord Shiva that we should also be free from this kind of a feeling, the hatred feeling, and always be in a blissful state and start worshipping him with full of love and only love. I'll come back again with the next verse very soon. Until then, Sivaya Nama, Tiruchitrambalam.